All right, so I get that you still hate God for the bad things that have happened to you. I hated God for a long time too, and as a pastor, walked away from the church when my daughter died and have never been back, okay? However, the bitterness and anger that I had in my heart towards God, just like you have towards people, was eating me up alive, and I needed to resolve it. So I called my theologian professor at Liberty University, where I went and got my degree, and he said, read this book, Telling Yourself the Truth, by William Backus and Marie Chapin. I don't know. Anyway, I read it, and it was a really good book about, is that true? Is that really true? However, it still left me with a ton of freaking questions about who God is, because as someone who studied the Bible, I find there to be a lot of contradictions in the Bible. So then a friend recommended this book, which I found, Disappointment with God by Philip Yancey. If you want to remain a good Christian, read this book. This is probably the most compelling Christian author that I read for why bad things happen to good people. And believe me, I've read about 10 to 15 different books. But then, friends, I read this book, The Denial of Death by Ernest Becker. So, read it if you want. It totally changed my view of God and understanding of why we need to believe in God. It felt like God we had created a character and not really the essence of who God was. Okay. I could go on and on about this for hours, but what I do know is in the Bible, in Romans, it says that God has written his word on our heart. Okay. So we already know. All of us have some kind of inclination of who God is in our heart. Bible also says that we only have half the understanding. Okay. And so we aren't going to have all the answers, which frustrated me very much. But the overall theme of the Bible and God is that they are love. So that's how I choose to see God now. Not with a microscope with who they were in the Bible, but just simply as love. And that made me happier. And I hope it makes you happier too.